Megillas Esther tells us 2 times that Esther Hamalka would not divulge her nationality, her origin to Achashverosh. Ein Esther magedes es ama v'smoladita. She would not reveal her nation or where she was born. Presumably, Achashverosh must have had at his disposal a vast network of people who could tell him such information. If he wanted to know, if he really wanted to know who was this Esther, who is this new queen, how could it be that nobody in his 127 provinces could figure out who she was? The Manos Halevi, Rosh Halevi Alkabetz, suggests in his Perush on the Megillah a remarkable observation. He says, of course, there must have been Jews who knew who Esther was. She must have had friends. She must have grown up in a certain community. She was part of a family, an extended family. People knew who she was. And yet, says Rav Alkabetz, even as the word got around that the Melech had a new queen, and that this queen had a mysterious identity, and word got around that Achashverosh must have wanted to know who she was, none of the Jews offered that information to Achashverosh. Why not? How could it be that none of the Jews took the opportunity to provide this Melech with that information that would have made him so happy, that would have made him so grateful? Perhaps they would have received a financial reward. Perhaps they would have received a promotion. Some sort of benefit could have been accrued by giving Achashverosh the information that he so craved. Says the Manos Halevi, it's true that the Jews could have, any individual Jew could have accrued that benefit. However, nobody did. You know why? Because they respected Esther's decision not to divulge that information. They knew that Esther had chosen not to say who she was, not to reveal that information, and they respected that decision. He goes further. Even as the plot of the Megillah thickens, even as Esther invites the Melech and Haman to a series of parties, Haman, who had orchestrated a decree to destroy all the Jews, the Melech, who had signed the decree to destroy all the Jews, and they see that Esther is courting the two of them, perhaps for the purpose of saving herself at the expense of all the Jews. They don't know about Mordechai and Esther's plan. They might have had, at that point, the motivation to go and divulge her identity to Achashverosh. But still, says the Manos Halevi, still they kept quiet. They put their hands in front of their mouth and they didn't say a word. The Manos Halevi suggests that is dafka, the schus, of this tremendous display of Achdus, this tremendous display of Avas Yisrael that saved the Jews of Achashverosh's empire from the destruction of Haman. Sometimes when we look at the Megillah and we think about the Avas Yisrael and the Achdus of Klal Yisrael, we usually focus on the displays of Achdus that happen on a grand scale. Leich Knossos Kol Yehudim. When all Jews come together as one, when there's a massive rally of Jews, when there's a tremendous gathering of thousands, even millions of Jews coming together, we are inspired and we feel part of it, and we can appreciate the Achdus, the Reyus of Klal Yisrael in that context. But what the Manos Halevi is showing us is that there's another type of Achdus that's on display in Megillas Esther. It's the Achdus that's not coming from all of Klal Yisrael coming together, from tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of Jews coming together as one. But it's coming from the individual decisions of each and every member. Each individual member of Klal Yisrael, each person who knew who Esther was, could have, as an individual, gone to Achashverosh, and each individual chose not to. Each individual expressed the Avas Yisrael, to respect Esther's decision, to be dan l'kaf schus, even when she was doing things that may have seemed strange and even dangerous. It's that type of Achdus that the Megillah also points out. In addition to the Leich Knos, there's the Achdus of each Jew respecting Esther. In recent years and months, we have been witness to, sometimes, tremendous displays, beautiful displays of Klal Yisrael in huge segments coming together in a show of Achdus and Reyus. We have felt, at times, the surge of Achdus, of connection to Achinu Kol Beis Yisrael. And those are beautiful. But sometimes we don't have those opportunities. We don't have those massive rallies, those massive world events that bring us all together. But even in the absence of those types of expressions of Achdus, of Reyus, we also have the opportunity every day when we talk about another Jew, when we think about another Jew, when we speak to another Jew, to express the same exact beautiful feeling of Achdus, of Reus, and to follow the example of the Jews in the time of Esther, and to show that we too have the same Reus, and B'Inas Hashem, we should also be Zoche to a Hatzalah and a Geula just like that. A Freilichen Pur.